This is going to be a review of the Halo Mega Bloks Series 9 with a list of code and numbers for you that I'll leave in the footnotes of everything that I found so far. If you actually find a different number, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll actually add it to the list here. I like to slice all my bags open from the back. I always find it's much cleaner. And then the tops don't come away quite as much. So there's some pretty cool looking figures in here based off the back. Get the AC Camo Skirmisher, which I think will be great. So I'll tear one of these out with the instructions sheet and start building some stuff together here. Alright, so the first one is going to be it's like the crawler. And that's going to have a code. You're going to find your codes, if you don't know yet, in the bag here on the back. And my code's right here. So this is what you're looking for if you're in the store trying to locate what kind of code you have for what figures. So each bag comes with one of these nice little fold-out things showing you what each character is. The only problem is it doesn't actually show you the mystery figures each time. Like sometimes there'll be 3 variants or gummy bear variants or some different things depending on what it is. So you'll be missing those still, but this is kind of neat. I like to keep these around for a reference or what's what. I like to actually build like a little pyramid of my series and put this behind them all. So it's like a neat little like thing you could almost frame even. So here's the first one here. Got the little crawler. It's got a lot of little body parts. It's pretty neat. I do like the original blocks they used to have that were a lot thicker. But the code for this is A15113MM. So there's already 2 different batch codes out there. And this one's a little bit more complicated. So you're going to have the headpiece. So we got the back piece here. We got the headpiece here. There's a couple pieces. Actually, the back piece slides in, which is different. The headpiece, which goes right there. Which looks pretty neat so far. We're going to have the different legs. And this leg is going to be a back leg, if you can see there. Versus the other front legs look much straighter. And they're all going on pretty smooth, which is always great. Alright. So this looks like a pretty neat little figure. Probably might get a couple extra ones, add it to any Forerunner sets that I build, as it looks so cool. You can see here, the legs are pretty good. It's not actually going to fit on the block compared to all the other figures, really. You could put down like a leg or 2 or have its front paws on it. But other than that, it's just really not going to fit on there that great. So that one might be interesting trying to make a little pyramid out of. Might have to come up with another block to set on top of it as a platform or put it in front maybe. That'd be great. Alright, so that's the first one that we got at the store the other day. I already slit this one open to take out and scan the bag and the paper so I can put it on the site. So we got another piece of paper here. Otherwise we have the Flame Marine, which is neat. There's been quite a few Flame Marines so far in the history of my Mega Bloks, I feel like. All the Series 1, or Series 2s. You have the clear Flame Marine, the blue Flame Marine, I think from Series 1. So there's a lot of different Flame Marines. This one's pretty good so far. I feel like they're getting better as they keep making them. And the joints go on a lot easier. I've had some where the joints, I just can't get them on to save my life. Oh, actually, threw his leg on backwards there. Alright, so they're pretty quick to build. Wish I'd have some other cool, like, mini vehicles that just came as Mega Bloks. I think they have a lot of things they could do that they have not done yet. But I'm sure they're getting there. So the code for this is going to be an A15044MM. This one actually fits on the block, which is nice. And so you got to build the gun. This is the front of the gun here. And then this goes down. So I think it goes like that. So that's the front part of the gun. You're going to have the tube coming off the side here. And then it's going to go around to its backpack, which is right here. This is the backpack portion. So slide that into his back there. So the empty spot is actually on the bottom. Interesting that that's there. I'm not sure why they left that there. Looks kind of janky, I would say, almost. And then you slide the tube on there. And then he can hold the little peg hook with his weapon in his hand. So that's a pretty good figure, I think. Orange is a pretty cool color. I do like the Flame Marines. Kind of goes well with all the other ones. I like having different color variants of everything. I'd have to say my favorite, though, is like the Hayabusa. Or actual figures, like you have Emily, things like that. Cortana. I'm surprised they haven't made more Cortanas yet. I feel like those are super popular. The new Cortana with the Didac looks kind of neat. I haven't actually ordered that yet, but will soon. And I wouldn't mind getting a couple extra just to get the Cortanas. I definitely have a thing about Cortanas, so. Alright, so the number on this one, it looks like this is the Spartan CIO. And the number on here is 03044, 44MM. And this one actually has a gravity hammer, which I think is pretty awesome. Maybe get a little griff ball thing set up. Get something that looks like a griff ball going. That'd be pretty cool. So not my favorite helmet by far on any of them, but not too bad. It looks okay, I would say. Like, I might give a different Spartan the gravity hammer. Oh, here's one of the awesome arms that are so hard to get in that I felt like they fixed in this series, maybe. Okay, it's gonna be both sides, so that's gonna be an issue later that I might have to try and solve. Probably have to really get some force in there and hope I don't bend the pegs. But I cannot get those arms in very easily whatsoever. Let's see if the feet go on at all, or otherwise it's gonna be a process. And you can try heating up the arms and then get them to slide on. That might be a way to do it. Otherwise, I'll probably just try and force them a little bit harder. Okay, so I got the other leg. It's going to be an armless Spartan for the moment until I really try. But this can give you a kind of a good idea. You can imagine him with a gravity hammer. How about that? That's a good way to go. Alright, so I'll just set him to the side. I'll have to fix him later since he's a mess at the moment. Being armless and all. Alright, we got 3 more. I only found 6 in my store, so I'm definitely missing some. Probably the mystery figures, of course, I would assume. I doubt I would have good enough luck to get those in there. So this is going to be the Spartan Security. And the code is 04044MM. And this has got a shotgun with it. Let's see if we can actually get these ones on. I like the Security Spartan. For some reason it makes me think of a Bumblebee. Even though I wouldn't say that the glasses or the visor actually makes me think of it that much. I don't know why it comes to mind every time I see it. Alright, so that leg's on. Come on, other leg. I like to just try and pinch them on. I feel like that's one of the best ways to get them on there. Ah, man, these are really tight joints. Well, that's good for posing so they don't become loose. I know I have some action figures that they just hang there and they won't stand up for the life of them. Alright, and then he's got his little shotgun here. Pretty sweet. I would definitely say this is one of my favorites in this group. Looks pretty neat for all intents and purposes. Black one, some other different colors would be pretty good. Alright, so we got 2 more here. Let's give them a shot. And so I was saying, if you come across any other codes or a different batch number, this is the second batch number that I've seen so far. And I should have 2 in the code list there for you. But they're not all complete. It's just whatever people post. And that's how I get a lot of them. Otherwise, it's too hard to keep up with them all. Oh man, this one's a cakewalk. This looks like it's going to be the Imperial Grunt. And it's already put together for us, so that's pretty easy. And the code for this is 08044MM. So this one looks really great, already put together. It's the Imperial Grunt. And it looks pretty good. It looks like a giant hunchback to me. They could definitely do with like reinventing the tank on its back. But it's got a neat little needler here. And it's got its little stand, which is nice. This one will make it easy to stand. I feel like I have a million grunts. It's nothing too new. So, we got one more here. Let's hope it's something good. When I was at the store, there was a lot of packages. Series 8s mostly. This is the first time I've seen the Series 9s. But this is the only ones that were different. So, we got another sheet. Let's see here. So it looks like it's going to be a brute with the hammer. So, cool, because I like the hammers. Those are one of my favorite things so far. And the code for this is going to be a 10044MM. So that's pretty neat. I definitely like the brutes. They're always... Can't have too many brutes and different variants, I feel like. There's a lot more variety to them than the grunts. The grunts are like, okay, they're just like the cannon fodder, though. Sometimes I just have the hardest times of getting the legs on. I don't know what you guys think, but sometimes I just have such a struggle. Alright, well, might not be worth it for me trying to struggle to get everything on here. But you got the code, and it looks pretty neat. Another gravity hammer. It's going to be the purple Brute Stalker. And I love the Brute Stalker helmet. So, that one's pretty neat. Well, hopefully this helped you, and maybe the little bit of a review that I was able to assemble was helpful. And you can find all the codes below or on the website. Thanks.